Hello and welcome to another video with me, Hero, flying out the LaGG-323. So a little while ago, War Thunder did their Facebook giveaway, I guess you could call it. It's pretty much as close to a giveaway as they get with regards to planes these days, and one of the planes that they gave away from winning either 3 or 5 battles after you've posted your responses to the questions on Facebook was the LaGG-323. It's nothing special, but I thought I'd take it out, because it's got its snazzy little yellow rudder going on there and little yellow details, a bit more interesting than your average LaGG. It's a 2.0 battle rating, and this is a domination match in arcade. Just a quick, easy arcade match. So I've capped the first control point, the main control point for our team, and now heading across to the middle control point, which is where all the action typically takes place on these sort of games. The LaGG-323 is, as I said, a 2.0 battle rating plane. It's basically another LaGG. Nothing particularly special about it. It's not necessarily as interesting as the i301 LaGG prototype that we saw a little while ago in the Christmas event, but it's nice enough. And it's a premium plane, so I'll get you a few extra credits and research points for what you do. An initial shot here on that Falco. One of our guys capped B, and the Falco decided to try and punish him for it, even though he was basically at a standstill on the ground and not really any harm to anybody. And the Falco came a cropper himself from doing that. And they're starting to gather around the central control point now, so I've taken out that P shooter there. This seemed to be a fairly spread battle rating match. We had everything from P40s through to reserve biplanes. So I'm trying long distance shots at that P40 and I'm never going to hit him, so I've given up on that. And I basically decided we've got the 2 control points. We don't necessarily need the 3rd control point. We are in a winning position here as long as we keep this position. So I'm just going to patrol over the central runway and make sure that the enemy team doesn't get it. And that includes taking a few pot shots at the ground forces that are going to be coming in to attempt to capture that on behalf of the enemy team. So they're taking a few pot shots back at me, and I'm being chased as well. I believe this is where I pick up a wonderful reserve I-15 as a tail. That doesn't stop me from going head to heads with that P40 there and putting several shots into its cockpit. Even though the P40's got plenty of guns, the LaGG still has that central 20mm cannon, so you don't really want to be going heads up with it at this level. I'll have a quick look at ripping apart this H6K4. There was a period of time where H6K4s and PBYs as well basically fell apart the moment you shot at them. That seems to have been toned down a little bit now. But it didn't take too many shots to take this guy out of the match. And we don't really want what is essentially a kind of gunship in this sort of match strafing the middle runway and causing us issues in defending it. So he's gone now. It's a pretty good spell of the match for me. Another P shooter gone there. Straight into a Heinkel 51. Turn around, want to stay as near the runway as possible. Take out that P36 Hawk that's crossing the runway. Might be looking to strafe some of our friendly targets. Still being strafed and chased by this I-15 behind me, and I spot a Hurricane going for one of our targets in the distance as well as I swoop back round. He's long in the distance here and still being chased all the way across the runway by the I-15. He's not getting really any shots in, although I know at this point my engine has been slightly hit and is starting to overheat, and I'm losing some fuel and coolant, although not particularly visible. And there is the Hurricane. He's chasing our friendly, and now he's taken his eye off him and come for a heads up with me. And again, it doesn't matter that the Hurricane has at least 8 guns, or if it's a Mark II, has 12 guns facing forwards. It's not enough when you've got a central cannon on a lag that's going to rip the centre of your plane apart. So don't go heads up with the lags unless you're in something similar. And the engine damage has taken its toll now. I've stalled out, so going in for a land. Swooping in a little bit quick here. Ooh, gear's not down yet, but it is down now. Lovely little touchdown there. And I choose the trick of using the guns to slow the plane down. But it wasn't quite enough. Oh, I've endoed it. Showing the world the backside of my plane and its lovely little yellow rudder there. Quick skip past the repairing, because nobody needs to see that. It's just me leaving that plane with its arse hanging in the breeze, but thankfully nobody decided to strafe the runway at that time. The rest of the team were doing a pretty good job here as well in crowding the runway that we needed to keep. It's been a pretty successful game so far, several kills. The match is nearly over, but there's time for one more. Spot another reserve biplane coming in the distance, and he wants to go heads up. That is not the way you use an I-15 to fight a lag, and hopefully that will teach him. Just in the distance there's another Heinkel 51. I'm going to put some shots in him. Well, it's actually a Nimrod. I put some shots in him, damage him, and I do shoot him down, but the game is over by that point and it doesn't actually count. So overall, a pretty quick game. A nice little flyout in the LaGG 323, which was the gift plane. 8 kills on that one. Nothing to complain about. Base capture as well. And good fun. So that's the LaGG 323 for you. Hope you enjoyed that video. Catch you soon.